Hi friends, today I am making Sri Lankan style fish buns, one of the most loved snacks you will find in bakeries all across Sri Lanka. These soft fluffy buns are filled with spicy savory fish mixture. The outside is lightly sweet and pillowy, while the inside is packed with bold flavor. That perfect balance Sri Lankan bakery food is famous for. Let's get started. First, make the dough. Today I am making a slightly larger batch, so don't worry. This dough isn't just for these buns. I will give you measurements I am using, but you can easily adjust them depending on how much dough you need. I am using 5 cups of plain flour. For this amount, I add 3 teaspoons of yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons butter, and 2 eggs. The butter and eggs are optional. You can skip them if you like. They don't make a big difference to the structure of the dough, but I add them to make it a bit richer and softer. If you prefer a basic dough, you can simply use flour, yeast, and salt and lukewarm water. For this quantity, I need 2 teaspoons of salt. Start by mixing everything together with your fingers. Then gradually add lukewarm water a little at a time until the dough comes together. I add my yeast directly into the flour because I know my yeast is fresh and active. If you are not sure about your yeast, especially if it's been sitting in a cupboard for a while, don't add it straight in. Instead, dissolve the yeast in a separate bowl with a little warm water and let it sit for a few minutes. If it's come foamy, you know it's active and ready to use. Then you can add it into the flour. Once everything is combined, you are ready to move on to the kneading. Once the dough comes together, turn it onto a lightly floured surface. At this stage, the dough may still feel sticky. That's completely normal. Sprinkle a little flour over the dough and continue kneading. Don't add too much flour at once. Just lightly sprinkle when needed. As you keep kneading, the dough will slowly become smooth, soft, and non-sticky. Push the dough away from you with the palm of your hand. Fold it back over itself. Turn and repeat. Knead at least 10 to 15 minutes by hand, 5 to 8 minutes using a mixture. The dough is ready when it's become smooth, elastic, soft, and spring back when you press it lightly with your finger. Place the dough in a lightly oiled bowl and cover it with a damp cloth or with its lids. Let it rest in a warm place for 30 to 1 hour. The dough should be double in size. Now I am going to make the filling. Add about 1.5 tablespoon of oil into a pan and let it heat up. Now let's move on to tuna filling. I am using 1 can of tuna today. You can also use fresh fish if you prefer, but make sure to cook it first. For this mixture, I have finely chopped 2 medium-sized onions, 2 green chilies, and 2 mild red chilies. I have also added ginger, garlic, and some fresh curry leaves for extra flavor. To this, I add 2 medium potatoes, boiled and mashed. The potato helps bind the mixture and make the filling soft and creamy. For the seasoning, I am using black pepper, chili powder, and salt. Finally, add a little oil to bring everything together. Add about 1.5 tablespoon of oil into a pan and let it heat up. Once the oil is hot, add garlic, ginger, and curry leaves first. Let them fry for a few seconds until fragrant. Then add chilies followed by onions. Saute everything together until the onions soften and all the ingredients are well cooked. Now add salt, about 1.5 teaspoon of black pepper, if you like a bit of extra heat, you can add some chili powder at this stage. Mix well and cook everything together for a minute. Next, add the fish and mix it well with the cooked ingredients. Let the fish cook together with the onion mixture so all the flavors come together. At this point, taste and adjust the salt and spice level if needed. Don't add any other spices. The chili and black pepper are enough to give this filling all its flavor. Now I add mashed potatoes. Mix gently and turn off the heat. Let the mixture cool slightly. Then finish by adding half a lime and mix well. Your tuna filling is now ready. Now my dough has risen nicely and double in size. You can see that clearly. Use your hand to Gently punch it down and release the extra air inside the dough. Next, I am dividing the dough into balls. Today, I will show you two different bun sizes. For birthday parties, finger food nights, or special occasion, small buns work really well. They are really easy to eat and perfect for sharing. I am also making standard size buns which are filling enough for breakfast or lunch. For 3 cups of flour, you can make 10 buns, 5 large buns and 5 small ones. This should be give you a good idea of how many buns you can make if you are using 5 cups of flour. Before shaping the buns, prepare your baking tray. I have lightly greased mine with butter. Cover the dough balls with a tea towel while you work so they don't dry out. Now I will show you how to shape the buns. Traditionally, Sri Lankan fish buns are triangular in shape. I roll out the dough slightly, making the edges thinner while keeping a small lump in the middle. The thicker center helps hold the filling nicely. Place the prepared filling in the middle, then gently fold the dough over the filling and seal it using your fingers. The dough is naturally sticky, so you don't need any water or egg to seal it. If sealed properly, the buns won't open while baking. Now I am showing the small dough ball. Look how cute the small ones are. They are perfect for parties, finger food, or when you want just a few bites without a big bun. Once the buns are shaped, it's time for the egg wash. I am using one beaten egg and brushing it lightly over the top of the buns. This gives a beautiful golden color. You can also sprinkle sesame seed on top. Bake the buns in a preheated oven at 180 Celsius for about 20 to 30 minutes or until they are golden brown like this. As soon as buns come out of the oven, brush a little butter over the hot buns. The, then cover them with a clean tea towel and let them rest for a few minutes. This helps to keep the bun soft, fluffy, and moist. And this is it. Our Sri Lankan fish buns are ready.